Hello, friends. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show, underway for another day and another week. Hope everyone had a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving holiday. We were off Thursday and Friday, back this Monday, and it is going to be a busy week. We're very excited about it and excited to have you with us. 615-737-9986. If you have any thought, if you want to opine on any subject matter that we bring up through the course of the day, if you just want to talk and say hello, 615-737-9986. Those are our telephone numbers, and we absolutely love taking telephone callers. It is my favorite thing to do on the radio. I love that engagement, turn a monologue into a dialogue, and you may do so on the telephone lines starting right now until 7 o'clock tonight and every Monday through Friday from 3 until 7. You can also hit us up, for you shy types, on the super text line at 615-737-9986. And as I signpost and do the pleasantries and get ready for the day, Jackson, I want to bring you in here early, and I just want to say hello, good afternoon, welcome to your Monday. Jackson, it might be a good idea for you to stay off the super text line right now. With that in mind, hey, Ken, good to have you back, brother.
How about you boys?
What is going on?
Full as a tick, dude.
Listen, man.
Full as a tick.
Tell you what. I love that. We had two types of dressing. And we had the cranberries, and we had the turkey, and we had all the rest of it. And it was delicious. How about you?
Yeah, we didn't have any turkey. Had a big old ham.
That's nice.
And I made a big old bunch of mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing and some green beans and these little croissant biscuits. You ever had those croissant biscuits?
I have had those croissant biscuits.
You can just dip them in butter.
Oh, yeah. Or just a slather gravy all over them. Which is also good. Yeah, man.
Big old bunch of pumpkin pie.
Oh, my goodness gracious. We had pumpkin cake, which I brought some extra pumpkin cake.
I saw that.
So that's Ma's recipe, E's version of it.
Well, see, now I've got to have it now because I know what E can do.
Wow,
I guarantee your grandma.
My grandma could make the woman cooked a dry bird, Kim, but she could make a pumpkin cake. Always a sheet cake with so she did stack like red velvet and all that, but the pumpkin cake was always a sheet cake. And,
yes.
Man, oh, man, so good with the cream cheese icing on top. Oh, absolutely loved it. Well, it was good stuff, good stuff. The reason Jackson's not talking to me right now, Kim, but the reason I advised Jackson to stay away from the super text line.
Yes, sir.
It's already started. I know you can't see it back there in News Closet, but
I can't see it.
But I have a message from 1905 that says, "Allow me to get things started." I don't even want to do this. We've got so much to do. We got the 7th Congressional District race to talk about. We got that. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
We got national news. The clock is ticking on the Epstein files. We got the WAPO article on the Hegseth stuff, the Secretary of War. But this is a fella in an orange shirt that says UT on it. That says, and he's got a little bib on that says, "I'm a big orange baby." And he's got a pacifier in his mouth.
Goodness.
And 1905 just said, "Allow me to get things started." That's all he said. And then he posted that picture. So, Jackson, my plea to you today, based on, Ken, would you like to relate the conversation that you and I attempted to have about football before the game? Before the show today?
Let's just say Brother Jackson is very passionate about SEC football.
No, I'm not. He can go to hell.
Hey, you having a snack while you're talking to us? What are you doing over there?
Ice cube in my mouth.
I would just we try, so Ken and I are, now admittedly, Weaver, you and I have it pretty good right now.
Well, we're all right now.
We're doing all right. OU's going to be in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
I don't see any dynamic where they're not. Georgia's going to be in the playoffs. I don't see any dynamic where they're not. And so you and I were discussing before the show, like, why are we having an SEC championship game anymore?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It's all for money.
And it is.
But it's going to get kids hurt.
Well, and I asked the question, why would Kirby Smart or Venables, for that, whoever it is, why wouldn't you sit some of your starters in the SEC championship game, understanding that you're heading to the playoffs anyway? Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So it's a difficult proposition. And so I turned to Jackson, who is the well-known resident sports expert
Yes, sir.
of the Matt Murphy radio show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. And Brother Ken Weaver and Matt Murphy looked at Jackson and said, hey, Jackson, what are your thoughts on this as the resident sports expert of the Matt Murphy radio show? And Jackson said something along the lines of, to hell with football.
And I meant it.
Is that fair? Is what you're like, to hell with Georgia, to hell with Alabama, to hell with football. It's basketball season.
Yeah. Nate Ament's going to be a top 5 NBA draft pick. Y'all just watch. We're coming for all y'all's asses.
All right, as I'm going to ask this question, we're just going to get this out of the way and we're going to move on to some politics. Jackson, without being nasty.
How nasty?
You can't be nasty. Do you have an ability to give Vanderbilt any credit?
I'm going to put it this way.
No nasty.
I'm not going to curse.
No. Okay. Do you have an ability to give Vandy any credit?
Ohio State could win 20 national championships in a row.
Uh-huh.
And if they were playing Vanderbilt for the 21st,
Uh-huh.
I'm wearing all Ohio State gear.
You got that Buckeye head on here.
Also, shout out to our great Tennessee Highway Patrolman getting another Pavia off the streets.
No.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, my God. The brother. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Old boy can't handle his liquor. Y'all need to watch him in the stands up there. He can't handle his liquor. And you know, by the way, y'all know, I'm not knocking Pavia. We all got him in our family. But y'all know that before he got his ass arrested, he threw out a don't you know who I am. Y'all know he did. Y'all know he did. But,
I'm the quarterback's brother.
like that. I'm the Heisman Trophy winning brothers and sisters, cousins, third. You need to let me go. No, that's not how that works.
Was it this season or last season that he and his father were fighting?
No, that was Georgia Tech fans. That was Haynes King.
Oh, that was Haynes King.
Mm-hmm. Equally trashy.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry about that, Pavias. That was Kansas State's quarterback's
Yeah, that's
brother.
what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And father
That's-
fighting
This
it
is
over.
the second Pavia that's been arrested for public intox this
Isn't
season.
it the same Pavia, though?
I think it's a different one. He's got multiple brothers.
So it's a different brother?
Oh.
So, like, the whole family's getting arrested?
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh. Anyway, you just need to stay away from the text line. I just want to know from 1905, is that supposed to be Jackson or
I looked at it. He's Asian. It's not me.
is he?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's supposed to be representative of you, Jackson. I think that's yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of the sport. Maybe a sports update later on. Once you calm down a little bit. Maybe a sports update later on the
you
talk
got
station.
3 to 5 business days?
Yeah. Weeks. Got weeks. It's episode 933 of the Matt Murphy Radio Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and we got a busy one for you. I hope that you're able to join us on any of the platforms in which we broadcast. Obviously, we're on 99.7 FM from Alabama to Kentucky and all points in between. You can also find us on iHeart. You can find us on Spotify. We're on TuneIn. We have our own app. If you type in Super Talk 99.7 WTN into your app finder, you'll find us, and you download the app and take us wherever you want to go. We appreciate you doing that on your smartphone technology and whatnot. And you can also find us, for you masochists in the listening audience, you can also find us on Talk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. It's a Monday edition of the Matt Murphy Show. Man, oh man, I remember November just like it was yesterday. Because I guess it was. But it's December 1st, friends, and I don't begrudge any one of you from having your Christmas decorations out in abundance, and congratulations. And by the way, I don't have to do Christmas decorations because I'm house shopping, and because I'm house shopping, there's no Christmas decorations, which is kind of nice. It's almost a bonus, if you will. We've got a couple of things to tell you about. One, tomorrow we will be at the Valor Ridge location of the Men of Valor, the campus that I tell you often about. in Nashville. We're going to be at that location, a day of giving for the Men of Valor, a wonderful organization that I'm so proud to be affiliated with. We'll talk all about that tomorrow on the show. We'll also obviously talk about Election Day on the show tomorrow as well. We've got a lot to do tomorrow as we are on location at the Men of Valor campus, Valor Ridge campus, all afternoon from 3 until 7 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Don't forget, a week from tomorrow is our big toy field, which is happening at Nissan Stadium. And if I'm not mistaken, we're out at that too, right? We're doing the entire show out there? Is that right? I think that's right. I think we're doing it
next week.
That's what I'm saying. You missed a part of that. So, yeah, tomorrow we're out at Valor Ridge, but a week from tomorrow we're out at Toy Field, and I think we're on location doing the show, right? I think that's right.
Yes, I believe so.
And we got some nice, cool conditions for the start of December, which is pleasant. Ken, what is the I being
the
asked?
real seals.
No, I didn't. No. Several people on the Super Text line have asked about the real feels, and we don't care about that. We care about what the temperature is. The real feels in here. I made a tactical arrow wearing my Dusty Slay sweatshirt, my hoodie.
It's hot in there, isn't it?
It's hot in here,
Yes,
and
sir.
this was a tactical error on the operator's part. But it is cool outside, and it's getting cooler, and the expectation is a snow line. There's a wintry mix line. Is that correct, Ken?
Wintry mix, Brother Murphy and Brother Jackson. Looks like a chance of measurable wintry mix is 30 to 90%. How about that range? Chance of 1 inch or more, minus, or rather less than 20%. And earlier today, Dan Thomas said that if there's any accumulation, it's more than likely going to be along the Kentucky border and then in Kentucky.
Okay, so
just some rain mixed with snow and some sleet, but not really anything measurable is expected in Middle Tennessee. But you can't rule it out.
I mean, in these cold weather conditions, you never know. And I know how much you love those cold weather conditions.
Oh, I'm so thankful for it.
Yeah, I bet you are. I'm thankful, too. I love it. I kind of dig it. I like all the seasons, including this one. And, you know, I come from a place where there were 4 seasons. There was hot as hell, football, Christmas, and getting hot. Those are the 4 seasons.
Yes, sir.
And so I appreciate an area where we have a little bit of a winter time. By the way, if I said that incorrectly, Bobby, I apologize. Bobby's on the Super Text line telling me that I said that Oklahoma was in the SEC championship game. Trust me, Bobby, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. I know exactly who the Bulldogs are playing on Saturday next, particularly in as much as Kirby Smart can't beat that team. And I don't have any expectation that we'll beat that team on Saturday either. And that would be the hated Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hope you lose. You too, Ken. You're not even playing. I hope you lose.
How can they lose if you don't know? You just hope.
Lose the bye week.
Yeah.
It's not fair, though, man. I mean, I'm not complaining because my Sooners were just sitting back and watching and healing up.
I mean,
While Alabama and Georgia are going to have to knock the hell out of each other one more time.
How odd is it that, I mean, I'll never root for the University of Alabama, so I was rooting for Auburn on Saturday. But how odd is it that earlier, I mean, I'm rooting for Texas A&M to beat Texas because I have no interest in being in the championship game.
Right.
Because if we're not, we're 11-1 and we get a bye. The odds are we're going to get a bye. Unless they jump Texas Tech. But even if you don't get a bye, you're playing the group of 12. Would I rather play Alabama again, or would I want to play North Texas or whatever the hell the team is?
See, that's what they're doing. They're like in the Big 12, Texas Tech is going to have to play BYU again. And so what they're doing is they're threatening the SEC. They're threatening one of those bye weeks. You better win that conference championship, Georgia and Alabama.
Well, and at least I guess Jackson can take some solace in this. Poor Vandy. They lose to Alabama and to Texas.
And they're going to be in the cold, and I love it.
And they're left out in the cold. Nobody's even talking about them.
Right.
In the championship, in the playoffs.
Texas got more buzz than them.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. With 3 losses, they have more buzz. Oh, I don't know. It's it's good. It's all good. It's yapping season, and that's all good and fine. It's yapping season when it comes to politics as well, and we're going to yap about it in a moment. Coming up at 3:35, Joe Gruters will join us. Joe is the chairman of the Republican National Conference. He's in the state today. You might have seen him in Williamson County earlier. He's going to be up in Clarksville a little bit later on this afternoon, traveling with Mike Johnson and Matt Van Epps as they endeavor to push Matt Van Epps over the finish line in the last 24 hours before voting starts, I guess, tomorrow. Bright and early voting tomorrow. Vote early, vote often, as they say in the state of Tennessee. I have a number of thoughts about this. I understand that many of you are tired of the advertisements, but it's the only thing going right now, and we knew that this was going to happen. And for those of us that have been covering this race for months, not weeks, for those of us who have been all in on this since January, well, I mean, not January, I guess, whenever it was that Mark Green finally made the decision that he was not running again, and I suppose that was sometime I heard about it in March, maybe April, that he would make the decision. I mean, after the big, beautiful bill, the idea was, and we heard behind the scenes before we ever announced it, that the idea was if the big, beautiful bill got passed, that Mark Green was out as a representative prematurely. It's sadly, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he's like Lane Kiffin coaching Ole Miss. He just left before the playoffs started. But there it is. I mean, it is what it is, and Mark Green's out, and you need a new representative. And many people that are just joining the party do not have the nuance of the dynamics of this political election or this political district. Congressional District number 7 was refigured intentionally to give 5 to the Republicans, which it accomplished, by the way. The Tennessee General Assembly, and I'm going to talk about this in a moment because it's important to understand the background. And I understand that Trump won by 22, and I understand that the incumbent, the long-standing incumbent in that district, won by plenty last time Mark Green ran. But this district was intentionally turned into a plus 14 district. So if Matt Van Epps wins by 10 or more points, that is not outside of the realm of what he should win by in an open election like this without an incumbent, with, someone like Afton Bain running on the extreme leftist agenda, the progressive leftist agenda, getting out the vote in Nashville and those other metropolitan areas. There aren't many, by the way. It's Nashville, Clarksville, and that's about it. But I expect, and always have, that Matt Van Epps will ultimately win this election by about 10 or so points, 55-45, something along those lines. It is not nearly as close as the Emerson poll suggested. I don't believe it for a second. It is a leftist polling organization that is attempting to use a poll. I don't know that the polling organization, I wouldn't say that the polling group themselves would use this poll to their own political advantage, but certainly the leftists are using it to their political advantage, trying to motivate their base to get out. This is not someone that is prepared to lead. It is not someone, Afton Bain, that has any understanding of her political district. If she had any understanding of the 7th Congressional District, would she be inviting people like Ocasio-Cortez to a telehall? And oh, by the way, the Democrats, they care so much about this damn district, they don't even show up. Jasmine Crockett didn't show up. AOC's not showing up. Al Gore's not even showing up. They're doing it by telephone. So that's how much they care. And don't tell me Kamala Harris showed up. Kamala Harris showed up for her Ryman Auditorium book tour. She did not show up for Afton Bain and never mentioned her name. The Democrats aren't all in on this. Not for a second are the Democrats all in on this. Has the Tennessee Black Caucus endorsed Afton Bain? When's that going to happen? Has Justin Jones endorsed Afton Bain? Y'all want to get down to it? Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The black community does not like this candidate. Period. Exclamation point. And they are begging. The Democrats are begging black voters to go vote, and they're not motivated to do it. You know why? Because their leaders aren't motivated to tell them to do it. People like Justin Jones. Where's Karen Camper? Huh? Where's the Democrat endorsement? When's Bo Mitchell? Have any of her political rivals endorsed her? The mainstream media, let me get on a soapbox here. The mainstream media, local mainstream media, as soon as the primary votes were counted, they were running to Jody Barrett, and they were running to Gino Balso, and they were running to Lee Reeves, and every other Mason Foley. Oh, do you endorse? Do you endorse? Do you endorse the candidate, Matt Van Epps? Do you endorse him? And all of them, for the most part, I don't think Jody ever officially said that he endorsed him. He said he supported the candidate. He supported the Republican. Where's the endorsement by the Democrats? Has Bo Mitchell endorsed Afton Bain? Has Vincent Dixie endorsed Afton Bain? Has Copeland endorsed Afton Bain? If they did, I've missed it. And the media is telling us this is close. If it's so close, why doesn't AOC get her ass on a private plane and get down here? Where's Al Gore? Doesn't he live here? Oh, that's not funny, Matt. I don't believe that's very timely. I'll work on my Al Gore and I'll get back to you. It's 26 after the hour on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Back after it, the Matt Murphy Radio Show, this Monday edition, December 1. We got a day to go before the big election. Obviously, the 7th Congressional District getting national attention. I can't get Afton Bain to come back on the radio show. She was on, right? You know, remember when she was on with us during the primary? She said she'd be back on during the general election. I text her regularly, and she will not come back on with us because we know the real Afton Bain, and these national shows do not. She just got done with a national interview with CNN.
She got drilled.
Did she? Did she really? Were you listening?
Yes.
And?
She avoided answering every question that CNN asked her.
Well, that's typical. Maybe we'll pull that up in a minute. In lieu of her not coming on our radio show because we know the real Afton, maybe we'll pull that up because these national networks, they're just asking her to clarify certain positions on where she's been over the years on certain aspects of her record, and she will not clarify any of them for friendlies. And these are friendlies. Speaking of friendlies, let's talk to Joe Gruters. He is the Republican, he's the RNC chair and a good Florida man, and we appreciate his time today in Tennessee. We appreciate his attention to the race, the 7th Congressional District race. And Joe Gruters joins us on the Matt Murphy Show this afternoon. Mr. Joe, how are you, sir?
Hey, doing fantastic, Matt. Thanks so much for having me on, and thanks for talking about this race.
Well, let me tell you, we've been on it for months, and I'm proud of our national Republicans like yourself, like Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, like our President of the United States of America, joining in this race. You know, I started the show by saying, Joe, the Democrats act like they're invested in this race. They won't even show up to support Afton Bain. They just call it in, some old school Democrats. But we're showing up and we're showing out, and I think we're going to show America what Tennessee's all about tomorrow.
Well, that's it. You know, we expect Tennessee to be the red wall on behalf of the party. You know, we had a couple of tough races in some of these blue states and in New York City, and it's almost where Bain should probably be running is areas like New York City, not Tennessee and Nashville. And so we've had 7 or 8 rallies already today marching across the district. Speaker Johnson, the chairman of the Tennessee Party, Scott Golden, both of your U.S. senators, almost all of your members of Congress. It's amazing the turnout. We don't see this in different states, and it's a testament to the leadership on the ground here and to the fact that Tennessee is united on behalf of Van Epps, and he's run a really solid race, and we just have to finish strong and make sure people turn out. I'm a little concerned with the potential snow, but I'm hopeful that everybody will show up and make sure that we deliver a resounding victory for the president.
Well, I never believed this poll that had Afton Bain within like 3 points. I never believed it. I don't think that that's real numbers. At the same time, I think there was I think it boomeranged on the leftists that try to use that as fodder to suggest that they are close to winning this seat, because I think it woke some of our conservative friends up that maybe weren't aware that there was an election. Obviously, it's a special election. It's coming a week after Thanksgiving. My only fear in all of this, Joe, as I analyze it for the last 4 months, was that we would not get the turnout necessary. But I think your presence in the state, Mike Johnson coming to the state, Donald Trump weighing in on it, it truly does make the conservatives in the 7th District aware of the stark contrast between a man like Matt Van Epps and, a radical like Afton Bain.
Yeah, exactly right. And you're exactly right. I think it was a wake-up call, some of these polls, but what we've done as a result is, we've dumped just an absolute ton of money, a lot of resources, both from a financial perspective and a manpower perspective after the primary. We coming together and making sure that the Van Epps and the Tennessee team has everything that they need to make sure that they win. And at the end of the day, a win's a win. I think we're going to finish off strong here, but it's you can never take any of these things for granted. But like I said before, I think this is the Tennessee red wall. I think we'll reverse everything. Hopefully, the midterm direction starting tomorrow, we have a real opportunity to show the country that that Donald Trump's policies are the winning policies, and that we're going to continue to lead by being out in front.
Joe Gruder's with us. He's the chairman of the Republican National Committee, obviously in Tennessee. This election, this race, getting a lot of national attention, and rightly so. Talk to us about what it means, broadly, Joe, moving into 2026, because especially with Marjorie Taylor Greene announcing her retirement in January, the razor-thin majority that is enjoyed by the Republicans in the House of Representatives, I've made the case, and tell me if I'm wrong, that if we expect anything to get done in the beginning portions of 2026, obviously we know what's going to happen starting around April or May. The transition will move to the midterm elections, and there's precious little that will be done after that. But if we expect anything to get done in the early stages, we've got to have this race.
Well, that's right. This is the big test for the Republicans. But what you saw during the shutdown from the Democrats is exactly what you expect will happen if the Democrats gain control of the House. They're going to obstruct. They're going to impeach. They're going to investigate the president and every member of the cabinet. It's going to be an absolute disaster. We want to make sure we give the president a full 4 years. We have the ability to do that. We have the Tennessee could do that tomorrow by putting Van Epps into Congress and making sure that we're successful, but we need people to turn out. That's why we're here. That's why Speaker Johnson is spending all day here. And yes, listen, the president, I talked to him today. I've talked to him all the time. I told him exactly what's happening on the ground here in Tennessee, that we have the energy, we have the momentum. There's a lot of enthusiasm. It's tough to get people to show up for even the sitting member of Congress. And the fact that we had a couple hundred people at that first rally, and that we've had people, large groups of people at every single one of the events we've gone to today, like I said, it shows you that people are aware of the campaign. They're behind Van Epps and his campaign, and I think that we're on track for a good day. We just got to finish strong.
Joe, what's the day like for you the rest of the day? You guys up in Montgomery County? You up in Clarksville later on today?
Yes, we're having a big rally, and I know the president's going to be on the phone having a teletown hall rally. So if anybody gets a phone call tonight from a number they may not recognize, that's probably the president of the United States calling, and he's going to have a teletown hall rally with the speaker and Matt Van Epps, and then we have one. I think we're down to our last big rally right here. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's at some type of fun house for a go-kart place and everything else. So it should be a lot of fun.
Well, jump in the go-karts before the snow starts. That's the big thing. Well, hopefully, and obviously we implore people who have waited till Election Day, brave, obviously the conditions might be not as favorable as we would want them to be, but the importance of getting out and voting cannot be overstated. It's so vital. I know that our team, if you vote mostly Republican, I feel like, our team waits till Election Day more so than the other team. I get it. I wish it were not so, but we got to get them out tomorrow.
That's it. If you support the president, if you support his policies, then you got to come out and vote for these down ballot races, including Matt Van Epps. He is not only are you voting for the president's policies, but you're voting for an absolute incredible conservative. He served our country as an Apache pilot, as a helicopter pilot in different roles. West Point graduate, did a phenomenal job on the governor's leadership team here in Tennessee, and he will be an exceptional member of Congress. And he's worthy of getting up and getting a couple of your friends to join you to go out and vote for him. So.
Joe, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us, encouraging the voters to get out. Thank you for being in the state of Tennessee. I hope you've enjoyed your time, and come again soon, my brother.
Great state, Matt. Thanks so much for having me on. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
There's Joe Gruters. He is the chair of the Republican National Committee, urging people to go and vote. And I mean, obviously, you guys know what the stake is. And look, we're going to have later on today, we're going to have a third-party candidate on, Terry Christie, known as Captain Terry, who requested time with us, and we accepted that request for time. Obviously, we're bound to do that, but I do it because I believe in it. She will come on later on today. So in the interest of, giving everyone an opportunity to speak their mind about the importance of voting, I would suggest this, that I understand the frustration with the Republican Party more than most. I don't belong to the Republican Party. Sometimes I catch myself saying we like I just did, but I don't belong to the political party that is the Republican group. I don't belong to any group. I don't belong to any political party. I mean, because I disagree with them on occasion, although I vote with them for the most part. That said, you align yourself with that individual or that political party that you believe best and most reflects your viewpoints, right? That's the whole idea of political affiliation to begin with. And if you look at these two candidates side by side, even adding in the other candidates pull away from the candidate that is clearly the better representative of the 7th Congressional District. And I understand that that's a tough dynamic for some people, where you say, well, I really like so-and-so, but so-and-so doesn't have a chance of winning. And so what do I do? Bottom line is this. Either Matt Van Epps or Afton Bain will be the next congressional representative in the 7th Congressional District. Who do you want? If I gave you those two choices. Are you motivated if I gave you those two choices? Look it. I've spoken with Matt Van Epps enough, and I've been around the block a time or two in 25-plus years doing this job, that I understand that he is more low-key than some would ask for. But I don't believe that makes him the lesser of two evils. I believe that there's a clear choice based on the values of the 7th Congressional District to be made here. And I don't begrudge how people go into the polls and vote. But I'm here to tell you that if you're voting third party for whatever reason, then you're giving half a vote essentially to Afton Bain by not casting a vote for Matt Van Epps. I don't believe this will be particularly close because I think I understand the 7th Congressional District better than Afton Bain does. Afton Bain has no clue how people live in Cheatham County. No clue. She has no clue how Dixon County lives. None. She just doesn't. I mean, that's not a knock on her. She's been insulated all of her life. Now, I think Matt Van Epps has a better idea. And as I say, I understand that he's a low-key guy. I understand that he's kind of sticking to talking points. I also understand that he's going to vote consistent with the values of the 7th Congressional District population far more than Afton Bain will, and it's not even close. And that's what it's all about. And if it turns out that you don't care for Matt Van Epps, if it turns out that you want him challenged at any future time, you got next spring. I mean, this thing is turning right around on us because Matt Van Epps gets to run again in 2026, should he win election in 2025. It's 51 after the hour. Love to hear from you on this subject, 615-737-9986. We'll talk to Alice Rowley coming up in a couple of minutes. She's in studio with us. Oh, I told you about it. Don't look surprised. You were complaining about Tennessee when I told you about it, so I don't think you were listening. When I've learned something about you, Jackson. When your mouth's running about Tennessee football, your ears don't work. It's called poking the bear. On Super Talk 99.7 WGN. Thank you, Ken Weaver. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll chop up some of that interview because Afton is ghosting us. She was on during the primary when she was running against Vincent Dixie and what's his name, Darren Copeland and Bo Mitchell. And none of those three, to my knowledge, have endorsed Afton Bain. Why is that? Why are the Democrats not endorsing Afton Bain? Why is Justin Jones not saying her name? Why did Kamala Harris not endorse Afton Bain while she was here in Nashville? Serious question. You know, the mainstream media lied to the general public across America. The hashtag #NeverCNN Network lied to the general public. She's campaigning for After May. She never said her name. Never mentioned her name. Oh, she vaguely said, go out to vote. 2 weeks. Time to go vote. Y'all need to vote. Never said her name. That was on purpose, guys. Justin Jones actively said during a campaign rally, this is not about one candidate. This is about something bigger. Never said her name. Why does Justin Jones hate Afton Bain so much? It's a good question. And she hates him back, by the way. Kamala Harris didn't say her name. Al Gore won't show up for her. AOC won't show up for her. This, and none of the squad. Crockett couldn't be bothered to show up because they know what's going to happen. Now, I don't take anything for granted, and I think we need to get out and make sure that the 7th Congressional District voices are heard. That said, Afton is ghosting us on this show after promising that she would be on during the general election. She won't respond to me. Oh, she gives me an occasional LOL or a smiley face, but that's about it. I'm sure she'll be on after her loss. I'm certain of it. Alice Rowley's coming up. I'm excited about that. She'll talk about this election and more on the way next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.